Alrighty, welcome back everybody to the Tradewaiters podcast, the comic book club where we read a different trade paperback every single week. I'm Daniel, you're Nathan, we're brothers. We read comics. We're family, Nathan.
And I'm thankful for my family that reads comics.
I'm thankful for all the pod listeners who tune in.
To be clear, I'm also thankful for my family that doesn't read comics.
But
they're just missing out.
They know where they stand.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm thankful for comics, for writers, for artists.
I'm thankful for fucking Mike Allred, let me tell you.
Ooh, yes, sir.
We'll talk about, and Mark Bagley, but we'll talk about it.
But mostly.
I mean, if we're going to pick one. Yeah, happy Thanksgiving.
It's a Thanksgiving ep. It'll be just before that, but
and what better way?
We wanted to drop it for when you go visit your family, you know?
Remember.
And you need to tune them out. You put in good old Tradewaiters pod, faithful.
And remember, if family's too tough, you could just go back in time 2 million years or whatever they did in this book.
Exactly. So, just run away from your problems.
Yeah, exactly.
So we got different time codes in our description. We got the book, which is Fantastic Four by Matt Fraction. And then we got the Back Matter Matters and the poll list. But we start with the news. Then what do you got?
I got some hot stinking news. Let me tell you.
Let's hear it.
You know Zoe Thorogood?
Yeah.
Pretty good. She does Lonely at the Center of the Earth. She did
Yep.
the recent Hack and Slash.
Hack and Slash?
Hack Slash.
Yeah.
And she's working on a comic called Head Trauma, which is going to be her next book coming up. And it's going to be about Damien, who's a protagonist. And he was already going through it when his intrusive thoughts began manifesting into reality in the form of accidentally exploding people's heads. So that's pretty cool.
I think this is been news before, but she did post about it recently.
Yeah, she did. So that's how I...
Yeah, I think we got like some more pages.
Yeah, a couple more pages. Should be pretty cool.
Yeah. I feel like she's been busy like going to cons and shit. So I'm like, how are you working?
When are you going to put out a new book for me?
Yeah. It's been like 2 years.
It hasn't, because she did Hack Slash, but
I think she's gonna have a page in like that Ice Cream Man thing, and then she did like Tales from the Crypt or whatever.
Yeah,
what was that thing?
The Image one, right?
Yeah, Creep Show. She did Creep Show. I think I have that one, but I haven't read it. But that's cool. Mm-hmm. Looking forward to that. Nathan, do you know that there's Sherlock Holmes comics?
I never thought about it.
Well, not yet, because there's a Sherlock Holmes Kickstarter called Sherlock Holmes Leviathan.
Whoa.
Written by Mike Barron and art by Richard Bonk.
Good names.
Good names.
Is Sherlock Holmes public domain?
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense.
I think the Sherlock Holmes books are fucking old.
Yeah.
So
yeah, probably. That's fun. Did you know that DC Compact Comics they're doing more of them? Way more of them.
Way more.
Like so many.
You got a list?
I have a big list here. They're doing... I mean, some of them we kind of knew about, but I'm just going to run through the whole list. Kingdom Come, May 6, 2025. Static Season 1, May 27th. The Show. They're putting it in print.
Whoa.
I'm just kidding.
Good job.
Deceased, June 3rd of next year. Batwoman Elegy.
I hear that one's really good.
We've never read a Batwoman. What are we doing?
Yeah, I know. Maybe we'll get to it soon.
Yeah. Superman Birthright, June 24th.
Mark Waid.
The Authority, Book 1, July 1st. Superman Batman, Book 1, July 15th. The New Frontier, which is going to be a fucking giant compact comic, I feel like.
Hell yeah, dude. That's awesome.
If they get that shit down to $10, that's phenomenal.
Incredible value.
That is insane value. Which is cool.
You could have like a whole shelf of these bitches.
I know. And
you can get them all for, $10,
like
a couple $100.
You can have the whole collection for like,
$200 basically.
Pretty much. Wonder Woman Blood and Guts. I don't even know what that is. Sounds cool though.
Sounds metal as fuck.
Death from Neil Gaiman. Harley Quinn Wild at Heart. I think it's a Jimmy Palmiotti one. Batman The Long Halloween. That's also a ginormous book. I feel like. Why the Last Man, Book 1. V for Vendetta. And We 3. So all of those are coming out at some point next year.
Wow.
So big compact shit. They're going all in on that.
Nice.
Which is pretty cool. It's good to see.
Yeah, especially when it's like these ones that have been out for a minute,
Yeah,
you can kind of give them some new life and just get it in front of new readers.
Oh, we did read that Wonder Woman one. That's the Brian Azzarello one.
Oh, okay.
And Cliff Chang.
Nice.
Yeah. So A lot of really big books in there, which is cool because they didn't necessarily need to do like V for Vendetta.
Oh, is that the New 52?
Yeah, the New 52 Wonder Woman
so
one.
that's another New 52 book that we did. Because remember...
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Last week we were like...
How many New 52 books
like,
have we done? Yeah, you're right.
Nice.
So that's pretty cool. I really like that format. I have the Wonder Woman one in my backpack right now.
Like, I won't buy any of these, but I'm very excited that they're a thing. You know?
Yeah.
I'm just happy that they're an option.
It's sick to
I
read
do
on
prefer
a
a
plane.
bigger thing.
Yeah.
You know, and even if like I was traveling, I'd just go digital or whatever.
Yeah.
But it is cool.
I was reading the Wonder Woman Earth one on the beach.
Yeah.
While we were traveling, and it's a vibe.
Yeah.
I recommend.
Comics on the beach.
Comics on the beach is so nice.
Yeah, because then if you do it like on your phone or something, you gotta go like full brightness.
Yeah,
you know?
I know. And it's like, oh, and then your phone gets hot.
Yeah.
Because you're like out in the sun and shit. But yeah, pretty cool.
Nathan, you like Spider-Boy?
I haven't read anything with him in it actually yet.
How about Kid Pool?
What? What is that?
It's the Kid Deadpool.
Wow.
Kid Pool and Spider-Boy, one shot, coming soon.
Interesting. Sounds fun.
That's all I know about it. That's all I care to know about it.
Yeah, I probably won't pick it up.
It'll be a thing if you want.
I think Tom Taylor did the Spider-Boy. It's probably okay at least.
He did. The new one.
Yeah, like the
one that came out,
Spider-Boy is
this
the one
year?
with like the blue mask, right?
Yeah.
No, when it originally came out, I feel like it was Tom Taylor.
He did like a Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man book.
Yeah, that guy gets around.
Yeah, so that's cool.
You know who Jamal Campbell is?
Is he the one writing the new Zatanna book?
He's writing the new Zatanna book.
And arting on it.
And arting, yeah, written and drawn. He's arting all over it.
Yeah.
Which is
writing
cool.
and arting.
But I'm really excited to see him on stuff because he's a pretty incredible artist.
February 19th, that one's coming.
Yep.
What has he been on?
He is been on some Superman. He's been on some stuff that we've read. I'm trying to remember. No, he's definitely been on some. Oh, he's also the one that's on that Green Lantern book with
Far Sector?
Far Sector. Thank you.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's cool. Did he do all of it?
He did all the art on that one. Yeah.
Nice. He looks cool. He looks like a cool guy.
Yeah. He's really good at what he does.
Do you feel like we should read Far Sector at some point?
You know, I read like the first 2 issues, but I read them so far apart that I like couldn't
Big
remember where I was. So
fan.
I do need to reread it.
I guess it only comes in like the 12 issue.
Yeah, it is 12 issues.
So a bit of a thick
People like it. I'd rather do like a
336 pages.
Yeah, I'd rather do like a Green Lantern Earth one first, perhaps.
Wow. Sounds pretty sexist to me, Nathan.
Yeah. Exactly.
Rather
Anyway.
read dude Green Lantern rather than the girl Green Lantern.
Yep. I like those ones better.
Nathan, Red Hulk.
Red Hulk.
New book coming out.
That's right.
They're cashing in on the movie.
Mm-hmm. You gotta.
Coming February 26th. Ben Percy and Jeff Shaw
I love Jeff Shaw.
at the helm. What do they do?
Benjamin Percy's.
I feel like they do everything together.
I don't think they've done anything together.
No.
Ben Percy's done like X-Force. He's done Wolverine.
Yeah.
Jeff Shaw has done that one book with Donny Cates, The God Sword. What is that shit called? I'm spacing on the name of it, but like one of his first original graphic novels, which I have the trade of. Fuck, what the
Did you
fuck is
just
that
do
called?
Thanos Wins?
He did Thanos Wins. Yep, that was him. He also does that other book with Donny Cates, Crossover.
Yeah. I guess he did a Quantum and Woody run.
Oh, really? Oh, I'll check
Yeah,
it
the
out.
one after the one that we did, I think.
Yeah.
That's cool. He did some Guardians, some Conan.
Yep. He did do the Guardians with Donnie.
I guess he did a Juggernaut book. That's pretty cool.
That would be cool. Yeah, God Country.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm thinking of. That's a good book. We should read that. Yes, we will. We got lots of things we got to read. But
anyway, that's pretty neat. Look for that if you want more Red Hulk. If you don't get enough Red Hulk,
we've only ever read one Red Hulk, Daniel.
Kind of.
Kind
He
of.
was in
just
the book.
He was just part of a team.
The best version of Red Hulk.
Are we going to read the Red Hulk that's in Thunderbolts when Thunderbolts comes out?
The Red Hulk that's in Thunderbolts when Thunderbolts
Sorry, the
comes
Thunderbolts
out?
that has Thunderbolts book that has Red Hulk in it when Thunderbolts comes out.
I think we'll do like maybe whatever is the most popular Thunderbolts.
It's definitely that one. It's the Daniel Way one.
Daniel Way.
Yeah.
Maybe
We could do the one with Penance and Venom in it.
we got to be serious, Nathan. This is a serious podcast.
God damn it.
Well, we'll dig deeper for sure, but maybe one that has like the most matching
There's none, dude.
the really like lineup.
They threw that shit together for the movies. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
There might. Actually, I don't even know if there would be a White Widow.
I don't mind having like 2 Red Hulks in a year. It's fine.
Yeah. You don't mind reading a book with Red Hulk in it twice?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny. But apparently that Red Hulk book is coming out of the One World Under Doom event that's going to be happening. I didn't know that was
Isn't everything under that?
I don't know. It's like, I guess so. But this is like launching as a tie-in, but it's going to be an ongoing, apparently.
Right.
But yeah, apparently there's going to be some Marvel event called One World Under Doom. You know LeBron James?
Yeah.
He's reading some comics.
Really?
He posted on a story. He's reading currently Batman by Grant Morrison, Andy Kubert, and Tony Daniel. And he posted on...
Do you have a picture of it?
He posted that on his Instagram.
Where did you see that?
I just saw on Twitter, someone was like, LeBron James is currently reading Batman by Grant Morrison, Andy Kubert, Tony Daniel, and J.H. Williams.
Maybe we can get him on the podcast.
Dude, no. We could read that one.
Yeah, we just hit him up on Twitter.
He tweeted like sometime in October, he's like, what's the best place to order comic books from? ? Used to collect when I was younger, Batman being my fave. I can order and read from iPad or best to do straight off the comic ?
What an embarrassing thing to tweet.
I know. But I remember looking at that tweet and I'm like, that's funny. I wonder if I should respond to him. And then like James Gunn was like, hit me up. I got you.
Yeah.
So
I'd be like, go to your local comic shop, nerd.
I'm like, just Google it. Why are you asking Twitter?
That's so...
But yeah, he's reading that particular Batman run.
Damn it, I like LeBron now.
I know, dude. He's just the GOAT.
Better than Jordan.
You better give that shit to Bronny after.
Yeah. That's cool. I mean, I'm sure Batman or something was in like Space Jam.
Yeah, probably.
So that's neat. Is that all the news, Nathan?
That's all I got.
All right. Can't believe LeBron James made it to our news.
That's first LeBron James appearance, I think.
That's pretty cool. Nathan, what did we read this week?
We read Fantastic Four, New Departures, New Arrivals by Matt Fraction, doing both of the series. There's like 2 books in here. Fantastic Four and FF. The Fantastic Four one had Mark Bagley on it. FF has Mike Allred and Laura Allred.
Correct. So what's interesting is that the FF volume 1 is like issues like 4 to 8. You know, they just like...
Yeah.
So I was really confused by that.
So they forced you to read this.
Right.
Before getting the...
But if you like go in a comic shop and you grab FF volume 1, you're starting like at 4.
Oh.
You know?
Yeah, it's fucked up.
So I think this is an interesting thing because it has 2 series just in the same trade and then they flip back and forward mostly.
Yeah, it's like Fantastic Four 1, FF 1, Fantastic Four 2, FF 2.
You know, this book's actually a little toxic. You know, because if you're just buying the floppies, you have to buy both books in order for it to make sense, I think.
You think so?
Probably. Don't you think you'd be lost if you're only picking up FF?
Maybe only FF.
Right. So like, but it is cool that like, this is like a collection where it's like in order. And then it's like, you know, 2 books, 2 art styles, you know, and I think it works because especially it's 2 like elite.
Yeah. It's still
artists.
like one singular vision, which is cool. And then it's just like, you know, it does feel like it kind of flips kind of back and forth what we're trying to focus on. But I think with how good the artists are, it's like, you know, this is fine.
Yeah. Normally I'm like upset when it's like not all one artist, you know, but this is like a rare exception.
I think a strength of this is that since it's 2 different series, it seems like they both have room to like breathe. And you can see like silly things that are happening like FF or like the family things that are happening in like Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
Which I appreciate. Like there's like literally a scene where Sue Storm is just like making sure everyone's in bed before she goes to bed. And I'm just like, well, this is nice.
All like 20 people.
Yeah, all like 20 people in the Future Foundation. What the fuck is the Future Foundation? It's like X-Men, I guess.
They're too big to be the Fantastic Four. And so now they're just the Future Foundation, Nathan, where they're, you know, they're learning kids and, you know, bringing them up to be heroes.
Yeah.
And there's, and Dragon Man's there for some reason.
Yeah. Everything, all the kids that couldn't get into X-Men or like a Young Avengers, they're like, you know, come here.
Yeah.
Come here, Maloids.
These alien guys.
Yeah. Alien guys.
And then some kids who are clones of other people, but I'm not sure who.
Yeah. I don't really know how that works. And then you got Leech. Do you love Leech?
No. But
he's got a good card on Marvel Snap. That's all I know about him.
regardless, with the format of it, I think it's still like Matt Fraction has great flow for this book.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm not like the biggest Fantastic Four fan, but I liked this book a lot just because it was just written in a way that's got good pacing.
Mhm.
You know, I wasn't slowed down by like anything.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think I like seeing Bagley do some like almost like cosmic stuff, because I don't really know if we see him do a whole lot of that, because I mainly see him on like Spider-Man, Venom stuff.
Yeah.
So it's cool to see him like do crazy spaceships and like what space looks like and like these weird planets and things that are like really hard to comprehend, seeing him draw it. And he's like really good at all of it. So,
Yeah.
But yeah, let's get into it. Then it starts with a different series called Marvel Point One.
Which isn't like a series, is
It's
it?
not. It was like when
Like
Marvel
a gigantic one shot, apparently.
Now. No.
Because there was like this is like the first appearance of Miss Marvel, I think.
Oh.
The Marvel Now .1.
Was this a big one shot? I think I have Marvel Now .1.
No, you don't.
No, I definitely do. Because this was happening when we were in college, I'm pretty sure.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Hold on.
I could be wrong.
Most likely are.
No, yeah, I think it was
2012. We're in high school.
Okay, we were in high school.
So
Close enough.
there's Marvel Now .1, which is this one. The one that I was thinking of,
All new, all different.
no, it's all new Marvel Now.
Oh.
That has like Loki on it, you know. That was 2014. So I guess they
Okay.
just did this every once in a while. I didn't know there's more than one.
I knew there was more than one Marvel Now. I think I started reading comics weekly during All New, All Different Marvel, which is like after that. They had a really bad branding problem for a while there, I feel like.
Mhm.
But anyway, this is just like a couple pages kind of setting up. It sets up that Scott Lang's daughter, Cassie Lang, was killed by Dr. Doom. Pretty crazy.
What was her superhero name when she grows up?
Bug Girl.
Is it like Sting or something?
Is it? No. Wait, it might be. Because there's Wasp. Stinger?
Stinger? Probably Stinger.
That's kind of a cool name.
No, it's not.
You know, it's better than Sting. That's a band.
That's a person.
Sting is a person?
Yeah, he's the...
Isn't Sting the band?
No, Sting is in the police.
Whoa. I didn't know that. Anyway, Sting is dead. The person.
Stinger.
It is Stinger. Okay, nice. I like that. Stinger's dead. Was killed by Dr. Doom. Scott Lang, real sad about it. And then after some time to like grieve for a bit, Scott Lang's like, you know what? I don't want to be sad in my house. So I'm going to go damage a Latvian art show.
Real quick. So like, this is the Mike Allred art
Yeah.
in this. And
It's awesome.
you know, there's like a panel that says, then Dr. Doom killed Cassie. And then it's Dr. Doom and Mike Allred art.
Yeah.
And it's just not very scary. You know, because
no, it's very
artwork
Kirby though.
His artwork is just so happy.
Yeah,
you know?
it is. It is weird seeing like Mike Allred draw like a dead person and like someone crying over a dead person, you know?
Yeah, I think it's good.
I think he does a good job with it, yeah. But when I see like his Dr. Doom, I'm just like, this is just a modern day Jack Kirby, like Dr. Doom.
Yeah.
He definitely-
there's like a mask involved.
Yeah, there's definitely parts in this book where it's like Mike Allred's like, okay, what would Jack Kirby do? And I
Right.
point out a few of them, but so yeah, Scott Lang's trying to get a little bit of petty revenge by going to a Latvian art show and vandalizing some of the paintings. So
He was riding into the art show on an eyelash,
yes.
which I think is funny.
Mm-hmm. And Ant-Man has to fight a couple micro species that are just like naturally occurring on people's hair, I guess. One of them is called a Demodex. It's an eyelash mite. I'm sure that's a real thing. It's very scary to think about though. And eventually there's like microscopic drones that are acting as like nanosecurity, but he's kind of eventually able to get away from them. And then he just like vandalizes the painting of Dr. Doom, puts like a little mustache on him. Pretty good.
Mm-hmm. He
He rides this thing around in the air, which is very silly. It's called a micromag rig that he can use to like fly around. It looks like what like a microscopic like protein would look like or something.
Yeah.
And I think that's what the idea is, but it's not very clear. So it looks like he's just kind of riding around on like some noodle or something.
Yeah. It seems like he's like about to change, but he's not, you know?
Yeah.
Or he's like tangled up in something.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather he just had really strong legs and jumped from thing to thing.
Yeah. Jumping was fun. I like that better.
And there's a fourth wall break in this. He says,
Oh yeah.
I'm all done with that. I want a little payback. I'm only human. if you want a superhero, go read another comic.
Yeah.
And
I'm like, who's saying this?
Scott Lang is.
Yeah.
And so I just thought that was interesting.
I like seeing Mike Allred do like microverse stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like little dust mites or whatever. And then just like having him draw like a really thick eyelash because you're so small that the eyelash is thick.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty good at that. What do you think of the Ant-Man design?
I think it's cool because it's, reminiscent of an older time.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it just fits with this is like the design that fits the best with Mike Allred's art, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
But not my favorite design.
Yeah. But that's the point one. So now we'll get into Fantastic Four #1 with Mark Bagley art.
What's the series that has the best Ant-Man costume?
Irredeemable Ant-Man?
Irredeemable Ant-Man, yeah.
With that one dude whose name I forget. But he's got the coolest one.
Yeah.
I remember talking about it. Kirkman and... what was that guy's name again?
I have no clue.
Dude, my brain's not working today. Phil Hester. That's the artist. That's the artist's name.
No way.
Yeah, it's Phil Hester art.
No.
But I remember you being surprised about this when we read it for this podcast.
Whoa. It totally is.
You gotta rewatch that episode, Daniel.
I guess so, dude. It's a good book.
But what is that Ant-Man's name? Eric O'Grady?
God damn it. You could have just given me the first letter.
Oh, sorry.
I wouldn't have gotten it, though.
No, you wouldn't have. Anyway, Fantastic Four #1 by Mark Bagley, Matt Fraction. The Fantastic Four return home from a time travel trip from like 2.6 million years ago. And Reed investigates like a gash that he has on his arm. And it's like not healing or something. So he goes to investigate it. Johnny Storm takes this girl named Darla Deering on a date to a restaurant that's in the negative zone for some reason. And he gives her his number because he wants to go official or something. And then Reed learns that the molecules in his arm are breaking apart, causing his powers to start dying and eventually probably killing him along with it. So he's like, that's not good.
The fam's like eating takeout, at the dinner table.
Mm-hmm.
And Reed's just got his like stretchy arm. He's grabbing shit that he wants. And I'm like, that'd be so clutch.
Oh, God, it'd be so
takeout.
Nice.
That's what I would use it for.
Just to grab shit from the fridge.
Use it to get fatter. Yeah.
You know that scene in the movie where he's like grabbing toilet paper from like across the house?
Mm-hmm.
I've always, that's always stuck out in my mind for some reason.
Yeah. Every time you're out, you're like,
yeah. Yeah. And I'm just like, oh God, I wish I had fucking stretchy powers right now.
Yeah. I was thinking about how like he like pulls his cheek to shave.
Oh yeah, that is kind of disturbing, isn't it? Why is there a restaurant in the negative zone? What is going on there?
It's not a restaurant. It's just a guy.
Or it's a guy cooking, I guess, yeah. I really like how good Mark Bagley is at like sort of these dramatic moments, like when Reed finds out that there's like something going on with him.
Mm-hmm.
And it just has this like really dramatic, like isometric view kind of looking down on him. And it's a pretty good splash page.
Very cinematic.
Yeah. Or just like the panels like leading up to it too. He's like doing heavy research. He's like looking at stuff, scanning his arm, and then it's like, oh, not good news. So, and then I think Matt Fraction does a good job of like establishing a family dynamic. Kind of like when Sue is just like making sure that everyone's in bed, including the Fantastic Four. It's like kind of fun. Or like just seeing the Thing like run around and he like sees something of himself on the internet. And he's like, Sue, how do I take something off the internet? It's just like very, very silly, very fun.
Yeah.
So Reed pitches a family vacation that involves the whole family going to adventure in space. But the true intention is to find the cure to his disease that he just found out about. But he doesn't tell his family about it. And he says it'll be a year-long exploration, but in real time, like on Earth, it'll only be like a few minutes that will have passed on Earth.
4 minutes. Daniel.
4 minutes. Why do you think it's 4 minutes, Daniel? That's just how it works out?
Because of branding.
Because of branding. But they decide to recruit a new backup Fantastic Four just in case anything goes wrong while they're gone. And that's kind of the setup for the book. They're like, we're going to go on vacation, but just in case, we'll get a Fantastic Four. If everything goes good, there'll only be the Fantastic Four for 4 minutes. If not, then they'll be permanent. So,
Nathan, I'd like you to rate this eyebrow of the Thing.
This eyebrow. Oh, yeah.
It's something I always look at.
It is pretty important. I don't know. Let me get a good panel of it. I think he makes it seem like different eyebrows. So I can see that they probably move independently if they need to.
Sure.
You know? But I think I like Allred's a little bit better in this book just because it's like straight eyebrow. And like to me, it kind of makes it feel like the bill of a hat or something. And I just like that better for some reason.
You do?
Huh. Yeah, I do. But
I was like,
Mark Bagley's version is more expressive for sure, and it's probably better.
Yeah,
like generally, but I just like the Mike Allred one. But he's pretty good at this.
Who?
Bagley, just at making the Thing.
Yeah, he's got a very solid thing. He looks like he's been drawing the Thing for years.
Yeah, 100%.
I think I prefer Bagley's eyebrow specifically.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's a big part. It's a big part of the.
I don't have
character.
like a favorite thing.
I don't think I do either.
I even like started looking some up
because
I was like, there's one that I know in my head that works and that for me and doesn't, because I'm always looking at that eyebrow.
Yeah,
you know, and so I was trying to figure out which one it was, but I like couldn't find it.
I know whoever was on Marvel 2-in-1 with Chip Zdarsky, where it's like the Thing and Human Torch. I think it was, I can't remember. But I remember liking that Thing a lot. But I think with the Thing, it's like you just get it or you don't. Like it works or it doesn't kind of deal. I feel like I don't know. I don't know if one is like necessarily the best in my opinion. Jim Chung, that's what it is.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, thick but still kind of like one entity. I would say.
Sure. I think I prefer the two.
You like the two? Yeah. I don't think you're wrong. You
know, the thing that it's starting to bother me is like it kind of wraps around the head.
That can get a little bit out of hand.
And I think that's like, it's just not working for me.
It's like, whose eyebrows go all the way over there?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
So FF number 1.
FF number 1. So we're introduced to the Future Foundation through these like talking heads, like throughout the book.
Do you think Mike Allred draws like Franklin and Valeria like a lot younger than Mark Bagley? Because here they look like they're like 8.
Yeah, they do look super young in this. And then Mark Bagley, I think
they look like they were like 14 or something.
Yeah. I didn't even notice that, to be honest, but you're totally right.
Yeah. It's like Mike Allred draws them like the Rizzler's age. And then Bagley is
no one's ever said that sentence, by the way.
And Mark Bagley draws them like Big AJ or Big Justice.
Yeah.
Age.
That's what an insane comparison. Yeah. Mike Allred, Rizzler age. I think he just like doesn't fully draw a nose, which makes him seem younger.
That is like pretty essential, I think.
But I don't think Mark Bagley's style like allows for that. And so naturally, I think their facial features seem more defined, which kind of makes them seem older.
No, they seem like taller. And like,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is kind of like the biggest thing.
Yeah. Because like the first page of that Fantastic Four number 1 was like Franklin having like a bad dream or something.
Right.
And yeah, he doesn't look at this age. You can just tell he's like kind of young, but like Mark Bagley's Franklin plays Fortnite, and Mike Allred's Franklin plays like Minecraft or something,
Oh, yeah, valid.
Or like games on your phone.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, we're introduced to the Future Foundation just kind of throughout the issue, but we are introduced to Franklin and Val. Is that her name? Valeria?
Valeria.
Then we see Bentley 23, who's like a clone, and Dragon Man, who's just literally a dragon. Don't know what his deal is. There's 4 Maloids, Tong, Kor, Turg, and Mick. And then we get Artie Maddox, Leech, and Alex Power. And then we get 2 fish people. So that's like the full Future Foundation, which are just random clones, aliens, mole people, and shit like that, all being kind of, taught things in the Baxter building, I guess.
Right.
But in the story, Reed goes to recruit Scott Lang. Sue Storm goes to recruit Medusa from the Inhumans. The Thing goes to get She-Hulk, and Johnny Storm forgets about his part of like recruiting somebody, but he's hanging out with Darla, who's like the new girlfriend. I think Mike Allred draws Reed Richards like a little bit too hot.
Really?
Yeah, I think he's like
a little too daddy.
I think
he looks like Rami Malek.
Actually, a lot of Mike Allred's drawings look like Rami Malek.
Maybe that's his model.
Yeah, it's got to be.
I
He comes over.
I don't know Scott Lang very well in comics, and so when I'm reading this, like, it's not registering as that character. You know?
I don't.
Just because I don't know how he's drawn.
He doesn't have. He's just a white dude with brown hair. It's not very interesting.
Yeah.
You know, visually, I guess. Which is why he needs to have a funky.
He draws him without his helmet, and his ear just kind of pokes out of his like.
I hate that design. I hate it. I'm like, that looks so uncomfortable.
Yeah, it could just be like covered. You know,
I get what he's kind of going for, and it like might work, but like,
I guess technically that would be the only thing that keeps that part up, like the cowl part or whatever.
Yeah,
but semantics.
Yeah, I like that Sue Storm goes, you know, up into the clouds or whatever the Inhumans are doing at this moment in time and continuity, but she like walks up there.
Oh wow,
like
takes a long way.
It's like implied that she walks from Manhattan and just kind of walks up using like little force fields as like steps.
Mm-hmm.
How many floors is that, dude? Like 4,000?
Yeah.
And so she just like walks up to a cloud, like above like a plane.
Yeah.
And I just think that's funny.
I mean, if they're coming from like Newark, you know, then they've just taken off, you know, so
yeah.
Not that far.
But I felt like Medusa would have been a little bit busy. You know, she's like the queen of like a whole, you know, species of people. But she's like, you know, yeah, fuck it, I'll do it. While Black Bolt's off doing something else, I guess. Which makes me think that like she'd be even more busy.
Like, oh, my husband's busy.
Yeah,
so
like,
I guess
I'll do my own thing.
I got all the time in the world.
So Scott Lang initially declines, but after finding out about Reed's condition, he accepts joining the Fantastic Four, including taking care of the kids in the Future Foundation, which is what he's kind of worried about. You know, She-Hulk, I think a good pick. I think she's been in the Fantastic Four before, she said. Medusa's kind of a weird pick still to me, but visually she's kind of a cool character.
Yeah. I think I like seeing her in action the most.
Yeah.
In this book.
Yeah, I think so.
And I love Allred's She-Hulk.
Dude, so good.
She's awesome.
And so yeah, that's pretty much it. So then we jump back to Fantastic Four issue 2 with Mark Bagley. Everyone is kind of getting acclimated for the Fantastic Four's leave, while you know Scott and Reed are trying to like learn more about Reed's condition. And so Scott Lang like minimizes and he goes into his bloodstream, tries to look at the molecules kind of separating and shit. Johnny Storm forgot to get his replacement, so he just kind of begs his girlfriend Darla at the time to do it. And he's like, nothing will go wrong. We're only gonna be gone like 4 minutes, so it'll be fine. There's like a sequence. I like this scene where like the Thing and She-Hulk are kind of like doing a bench press competition with whatever this press is. They just have two of them for some reason.
It's like one of those compression presser things.
Yeah.
Or hydraulic presses.
Hydraulic press.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're just bench pressing
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
And then it's like, give me like 7 tons. I'm like, what?
And he's like, oh, that's all you got? Give me 8 tons. They're doing like 85 tons.
Really, really small detail that I noticed.
Mm-hmm.
Someone's wearing a Superman shirt in this book.
Yeah, I did notice that.
Yeah, and when Johnny Storm goes to get Darla, there's like the makeup person or something.
Yeah.
Because Darla's like a pop star or something.
Yeah, I don't really know what her deal is.
Yeah, she doesn't have any powers.
She doesn't have any powers, but she's part of Fantastic Four. But yeah, little snippet
that was
of
a part where I'm like, what? You know?
Yeah.
As far as, you know, this team is, but everyone loves a wild card.
Yeah. And there's a few pages where they like return some monkey caveman dude
to dinosaur times
2.6 million years ago, and they just like let him loose and they have to fight a dinosaur. And I'm like, what the fuck was all that? Because it's like 4 or 5 pages, and I'm like, what are we even doing right now? Who's this monkey man? But I just thought that was strange. But anyway, the new Fantastic Four roster, they get their suits. The original family gets in their ship and flies into a wormhole to hopefully only be gone for 4 minutes, Daniel. So they're starting their vacation.
How do you feel about the new Fantastic Four, like, uniforms?
I like them. It seems like they're just kind of copying Ant-Man's costume, because I think he had something similar at the time.
Yeah, they slap a 4 on Ant-Man, and then everyone else has to match him.
Everyone's like, yeah, for branding reasons, you know, we got to do this. I think Medusa looks pretty good in it, but everyone else, you know, Scott's
matches her hair and stuff.
Yeah.
And the mask she's already wearing.
Yeah, so I think that one works pretty well.
Yeah, it doesn't stick out to me like in a weird way.
Mm-hmm.
So
the color scheme is interesting because it's so different from both Fantastic Four, like blue, white, black.
Yeah.
And the Future Foundation kind of just like white and black. So this one's like a red, yellow, and like a deep dark blue. I
think it would have looked too campy if they just had like the blue outfits, you know?
I would have liked it.
If it was like, it was just their leftover clothes, their old clothes.
They're like, I don't know, what are you, an XL?
No, you can fit this, right? Like, this one's stretchy, don't worry.
Yeah. What's that run of Fantastic Four where Spider-Man's a part of it and he wears a bag on his head?
I don't know.
I always see that as like a skin in any video game that has Spider-Man.
Yeah, like Spider-Man Unlimited.
Dude, that game. Dude, you grinded that game.
Grinded way too hard.
You've been the highest rank in that game than in any other video game you've ever played, I think.
Yeah, 2.
You were 2.
I was 2.
In the state or country?
The world.
No, not the world.
Yeah, the world.
Who was number 1? Could you read it in English?
No.
You were 2 in the world. I don't believe you.
I was 2 in the world. Number 1 was like a hacker.
So you were like...
Because I got up there.
For like the week?
The world, Nathan.
Well, like how long?
Because like, you know how like
yeah.
It's just a different run every time?
Yeah.
My best run was number 2 in the world.
Dude, I remember grinding that game so hard. Like you would be on a run.
That game like ruined my freshman year of college. Like I failed a class.
Holy shit.
And mom and dad were pissed. Like
That's
whenever
crazy.
I had time to study, I was like, or.
You're like, what if I took down Dr. Octopus real quick?
Yeah, like 17 times.
You needed to grind for like that cosmic Spider-Man.
Yeah, I did all of them.
Oh my God. Is that game even still around?
Probably.
Surely not, right?
It probably is.
It might be. That's crazy. 2 in the world.
Yeah, like so my score was, you know, the highest. And the next one was like 10 times more than mine, which was like crazy, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And so it just had to be like.
Do you remember how long it took you to get that score?
Like, I think like 2 hours maybe.
That's wild. That's a whole ass movie.
Yeah.
And you're just swiping left and right.
Yeah, I'm just
Sometimes
like sitting
down.
in my dorm like alone, just like not blinking.
What a good game. If no one knows what we're talking about.
Yeah.
It's fucking Temple Run, but Spider-Man. You shitting me?
Yeah, and then you fight shit.
Yeah, and you fight shit. All right. So now we're on to FF number 2 with Mike Allred. So Fantastic Four, they're out in space and time traveling and shit, but they don't come back 4 minutes later.
Yeah,
like
dude,
they're
this
supposed
covers
to.
kind of spoilers, bro.
Yeah, I guess a little bit. But like, you don't know that it's spoilers until the end, I guess. So
yeah.
But anyway, the Fantastic Four doesn't come back like they're supposed to, and the temporary Fantastic Four now become the main Fantastic Four. Scott's kind of like freaking out now, realizing that he has to take over the Future Foundation thing, but everyone else kind of settles in. She-Hulk starts teaching the Future Foundation kids like law or something. And then Darla kind of makes friends with a lot of them, including the Dragon Man, whatever his deal is. But yeah, this is one of the pages where I feel like Mike Allred goes crazy, just Jack Kirby, just because. And it's this like scene where this is like the boop boop machine.
Yeah, the
boop,
machine
boop.
that goes boop boop.
The machine that goes boop boop. And that machine does look like it goes boop boop. Mm-hmm. So yeah. Mole Man attacks with one of his like little mole monster things. So Ant-Man, She-Hulk, and Medusa go fight while Darla kind of stays back because she's literally just a person. What is she supposed to do in this situation? But Dragon Man shows Darla some sort of rock suit thing that forms a bunch of rocks around Darla, turning her into the thing.
But like her head pokes out.
But, you know, her head's still not rocky. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I guess this was like some solution that Reed came up with when the thing was like a person and he wanted to go back into the thing.
I bet it was in like Fantastic Four 253 or something.
Yeah, some random ass issue.
In one issue. You know?
And they're like, yeah, we still got this like in the closet if you want it. But like, how does it make you stronger? Probably, right?
You know how you feel stronger when you have Hulk hands on?
It's probably like that.
Yeah.
She could hold like a Diet Coke in there.
Yeah. It's got cup holders.
Yeah, it's got cup holders. Didn't they make the thing hands too?
Probably.
For like the Fantastic Four movie?
Probably.
Dude, those were so good.
Yeah.
Those were like one of the biggest selling toys like ever. Those Hulk things. And it was either for holding your beers or fucking hitting your little brother.
Yeah. Those things are tough. I can knock someone out.
Yeah.
I would love to watch like a serious boxing match where they just had Hulk hands on.
The Hulk hand, dude. And then makes a noise.
It's like, raw, Hulk smash.
Dude, Mike Tyson, Jake Paul. with the Hulk hands.
They're in the contract of that fight. They have to use like heavier gloves, and it was like, oh, just put Hulk hands on.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna look up Hulk hands.
That'd be legendary. They have like,
how much do you think they are?
They have like red ones too. You could probably get them for like $30.
Oh yeah, they have new ones. Okay,
they're probably just like generic.
I wonder what the OG
now.
ones are though. Probably super expensive.
How would you know if they're OG or not? If they're in the box,
you'd know. I wonder if there's like a 4-hour long YouTube video about Hulk hands. I'll give it a watch. Anyway,
so when Medusa is like in action, she like uses her hair to like hold herself up.
Yeah,
and I'm like, that's dirty.
Why is that dirty?
Her hair's on the ground.
Just shampoo. Head and shoulders. That's probably what she uses.
Do you think her hair washes itself?
Yeah,
if she wants it to.
I would just. You know how like nice it feels to just like stand in the shower, without doing anything.
Yeah,
she probably does that all the time, and your hair just washes you. Kind of.
That'd be dope.
Yeah,
I'd be so lazy.
The mole man comes when like Medusa's still in bed and she has like her like little nightgown on, so she's like fighting mole man in this like little dress thing, like pajamas, which I think is funny. So
She-Hulk's wearing like a fancy suit or whatever that she's worried about getting ruined,
and she definitely ruins it.
I think like the skirt part like gets ripped or whatever. And so she just decides to like rip the sleeves off.
Oh my goodness.
And I'm like, all right, now you really ruined it.
Yeah. She's like, damn it. What did you do?
Yeah.
Now you can't just dry clean it.
Yeah, you gotta make sure I look buff while doing this.
So yeah, the new Fantastic Four defeats their first villain officially, and then they make the news.
Medusa like chokes it out with her hair.
Yeah, pretty brutal.
Puts in a sleeper hold.
Yeah. I don't think Darla does anything, which is the only thing that makes me a little bit angry about this scene. Because
we don't really see her do anything this book.
Like the whole book. She gets the thing on and she's like, whoa, it feels weird. And then by the time she's at the actual scene with them, she's just kind of standing off on the side.
Yeah.
But she's still in the paper.
So her super name is Miss Thing.
Miss Thing.
How do you feel about that?
Pretty bad.
Pretty bad?
Yeah.
It should be a She Thing or something?
I just don't like, I don't know what it would have been. Because it would probably have to be derivative of Thing. But I don't know. People like still kind of criticize She-Hulk a little bit,
Yeah.
But at this point, you're kind of in too deep. So I don't know. I don't know what I would like. What if she was like Thang, with an A?
Thang.
Yeah, she got that Thang.
Miss Thang.
Yeah, that seems nice.
That's what it makes me think of. So Darla freaks out. She's like, I can't do anything. I'm not supposed to be on this team.
Yeah,
I have to leave.
Which is normal.
Yeah, totally valid.
I would do the same thing.
There was a giant monster that came up.
Yeah.
And she's supposed to help.
You were assured that you were going to be Fantastic Four for 4 minutes and you didn't have to do anything. And now you're fighting a giant mole man monster.
Right. It's been like 4 hours at this point.
So she leaves. And I don't understand why everybody's like, no, we need you. Like throughout this whole book.
Be like, no, you don't.
No.
Yeah.
She's probably a liability, if anything. But anyway, Daniel, the boop boop machine goes off, which means that something is going through the wormhole that the Fantastic Four went into. And ends up being a much older version of the Human Torch that flies through. And he's screaming and he's saying that the Fantastic Four is dead and no one can go through that gateway again.
Are dead.
Fantastic Four are dead. And we get like a new Human Torch look, which I really fuck with. I don't know about you.
It doesn't make sense for a Human Torch, but it's really cool.
It's a really cool design. But yeah, probably doesn't make sense.
It's like a suit that's like a morph suit, but his hair pops out almost like a...
Because he's got cool long
Wally
hair.
West that covers your face too.
Yeah, he's got cool long hair. Danny wants to show his cool long hair.
Yeah, but like why not just cover him completely?
Like what?
Like cover his hair.
Because he wants to show his hair.
And why cover the face? Like a suit on your face over your nose? It's going to be uncomfy.
Yeah, it would be.
I've never seen a design like this before.
I do always appreciate when they draw the Fantastic Four, the Human Torch with like when he's in flame on mode and he's got just like a red body with like some like black stripes kind of going down.
Yeah. It's a lost art.
Yeah. I always kind of appreciate that version of it rather than him just being like a big flame ball.
Ours is like one of the coolest versions of it.
So good.
Because now it's just kind of like a fire being,
Mm-hmm.
But they don't really do it like, because this is very reminiscent of the Golden Age.
Yeah. Yeah, he really does a good job of like nailing Golden Age designs for like a modern day.
Yeah. So this one doesn't go to Fantastic Four 3. It does another FF issue.
Which is so funny.
And so
it kind of makes sense, I guess, but
yeah, I'm like, I wonder if they were released that way. Surely they were.
It might have been.
I can look it up.
It's gonna be hard to look up, but I'll keep going.
No, it's not. I can look up anything.
So old Johnny Storm explains that the Fantastic Four died beyond time and space because there's a little collab out in space with Doctor Doom, Annihilus, and Kang the Conqueror, and they all merged into one being called Doom the Annihilating Conqueror, who hunted them down and is probably going to go after Earth, where they live, next. And then meanwhile, the Maloids that are a part of the Future Foundation are doing a secret deal with the Mole Man underground.
Yeah, so they wouldn't release like the issues, like the numbered issues on the same week.
That makes sense.
So it'd be like Fantastic Four, then FF, you know?
But was Fantastic Four 2 and 3 before, or was FF 3 before Fantastic Four 3, like it's laid out in this book? Because I could see it working both ways, but I think the way that
no.
It's not?
No, Fantastic Four
number three
comes out
first.
Like 2 weeks before. So I guess like...
I could see why they did it in this book, though, because at the end of Fantastic Four number 3, they're like, all right, we're going to be nice and chill, and this is going to be a nice vacation, like at the end of that, right? But like reading this one, you know kind of that's not the case, and it maybe gets you to want to read more, maybe?
It doesn't matter, technically.
Yeah.
The order of these last two, but it's kind of weird that they didn't just like keep going with that pattern that they had for the rest of the trade.
Yeah, it is weird.
But
anyway, what do you think about Doom the Annihilating Conqueror? Is it absurd? Yes, it is.
Doom the Annihilating oh yeah, I don't like that.
I think this might have been done because I think that those are all Fantastic Four villains specifically, like Doom, Annihilus, and Kang the Conqueror. I think are all originally Fantastic Four villains.
Yeah,
and they all kind of have the same color scheme. So I think he was just like had this wild idea to like somehow merge all three of them. But I could be wrong about that. But it is just an insane idea.
Yeah, I don't know. Annihilus, is he the villain in Annihilation?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Scott goes to re-recruit Darla for some reason to the Fantastic Four, and she gets attacked by Yancey Street Gang, and it's like these guys that are wearing the Thing masks, like face masks, and they like take pictures of Darla while she's in a towel. So Scott, Lang, and Darla chase after them down the building that they're in, but they escape into the crowd that's just outside the building because everyone's gathered there for New Year's Eve in New York. So it's a giant crowd. But Scott does convince Darla to come back, and he plans on taking out Dr. Doom once and for all. And so I guess like the Yancey Street Gang, since Darla's like a singer, performer, a chaperone perhaps for this time.
Yeah.
I think they were just trying to get like nude pictures or something. But
maybe.
they had like this weird cream bomb or something that like explodes. I have no idea what the fuck is happening.
Yeah, Scott thought it was like a bomb, which would have been crazy.
But no, it's like a fudge or whipped cream bomb.
Yeah.
and I guess their plan was to have that go off, and then they all take pictures of her covered in cream.
Right.
In a towel, which is strange.
Yeah, there's a lot of...
I like the masks, though.
There's a lot of panels of her in a towel.
She goes like outside to chase them during New Year's in New York, which would be so cold.
Yeah.
Like it's like 10 degrees outside and she's just like kind of out there in a towel. She'd be freezing.
Yeah, dude, I saw this issue of them running down the stairs. I like didn't really know how to read it.
I think it's a little bit crazy. I mean, the one on the left, no, it has a little arrow.
So you start in the middle?
You start in the middle, and then it's like because the arrow tells you to go down to the left.
Okay, and then where do you go?
And then over to the right.
What about the rest of the middle?
The rest of the middle, that's just for when you want to read it. Okay. Choose your own adventure. I don't think it really matters. Because like the point of the whole page is like they're chasing after him. Darla takes the elevator. Scott runs down the stairs.
Down the stairs.
Runs down the stairs.
Why are there two stair panels though?
Because he catches up with them, and then in the sequence on the right, that really long panel, he's like right behind them, which is why you see him and the gang at like different positions, even though it seems like compiled together, they're like kind of all over the place. It is a little bit different. It's a little funky. I think Allred gets like a lot better at this in like other works. I forget what this. There's like a word for like this kind of panel where you see them multiple times, kind of like throughout time, but it's like one picture. But yeah, this one's a little bit more confusing for sure. So anyway, Fantastic Four number 3. So the Fantastic Four family, they're in space. They're on their vacation officially. And Reed finds a planet with the same unstable molecules as the ones causing his like cancer or whatever you want to call it. So he wants to see how those molecules like originate. So he's like, let's go to this planet. The family suits up. They send like a little probe thing into the landing zone of the planet to make air more comfortable for people, I guess. But when it lands, the planet starts to like react to it. And there's these like little tendrils that come out and start to grab it and pull it in to the planet.
Did these drawings of these kids bother you at all?
No.
Their
heads are a little bit big now that you pointed out.
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. And then I think Franklin just looks like if you could take that head and put it on like a bigger body. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that could just be Johnny Storm.
That's what I'm saying.
And I wouldn't think twice.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are a little bit big, but I think, I don't know, our kid's head's pretty big. Not really, huh?
I guess
he should have just like scaled it down. If he scaled it down like 10%, I think it would have been fine.
Yeah. This is like...
It is hard to draw kids.
This is closer to
kids.
To the kids that we think they are, you know, because the first issue they looked older, but...
They got big ass hands too, I feel like. Or at least Franklin does.
Yeah.
It's like a dog with big paws. It's like a puppy.
Right.
But yeah, kids are hard to draw, man.
Yeah, definitely.
So
people are hard to draw.
It's always interesting to see how different people do it. You'd think also that Reed would have the foresight to like put a camera or something on the thing that they send down to the planet first, just to make sure that nothing super weird is happening.
Cameras and everything.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, have cameras in everything that you send out anywhere. And you'd think that
if there is a camera on their little like buoy or their little dinghy that they take to the planet, then the thing would know that they're in trouble.
He's like, oh, something fucked up is happening.
Yeah.
It would have been fine. But no, he doesn't have that kind of foresight.
So they go.
Also, wait. They're going to a planet that has the same unstable molecules as what's killing Reed Richards.
Yeah.
And he's going there to study it. But what if he just infects his entire fucking family with unstable molecule cancer? Like, this doesn't seem like a great idea.
They have suits on.
I guess they do. But seems like a little dangerous. I do think that Matt Fraction kind of nails the Reed Richards is kind of an asshole.
I like when
he doesn't think he is.
I like an imperfect Reed.
Yeah, me too. That's much better.
And he seems like he's
like
doesn't have control of anything this whole book.
Yeah.
You know, which I think is what makes him interesting.
Yeah,
you know?
Definitely. Like the whole vacation, there's like an ulterior motive, which is for Reed, which is a shitty thing that he's like lying to his family about why he wants to do this vacation. But I can tell that Reed thinks that he's like not in the wrong. He's just kind of doing something else.
That's like me like planning a vacation to like San Diego with like my family. And it just so happens to be the same weekend as like San Diego Comic-Con.
Yeah.
And it just so happened to get like a pass.
And you're like, wow, how crazy.
I mean, like, you could watch it, right? Like, watch the kid. I'll be gone in just a couple hours.
Yeah, just a little bit. And then
go to the poo.
That's 100% what's happening here. But
which is not something I would say I wouldn't do.
If you were given the opportunity, maybe you would do that.
Yeah.
But anyway, the family touches down onto the planet. Except for the Thing, who's like still on the main ship for some reason. And they start to get grabbed by the planet and they have to like fight their way back to the ship. And the ship gets grabbed by the planet and Sue, Invisible Woman, has to like make her shield around the ship. But the ship's real heavy, so she can't really do much else.
Yeah. You think like the ship would be able to fly and she can make the force field, but I guess she's lifting up the ship with her force field.
Yeah. Well, if you try and fly in a force field, you're not like hitting the ground necessarily, and like the forces aren't hitting the planet under you. Just
I don't think it's like a jet turbine kind of thing.
It seems like it has a jet turbine thing. Maybe no, it does.
You think it's like a hovercraft thing where it needs wind resistance?
Well, I mean, here it's got like little jets on the bottom.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, I can't really do that there's a shield kind of around it.
Fair enough.
And then also the Thing sees some weird...
Matt Fraction's thought of everything.
He has thought of everything. He thought this through. And the Thing sees some like weird cosmic planet thing.
I don't know what I'm looking at, dude.
I don't know either, dude. I think it's a different planet, but with teeth that's about to consume another planet.
Right. That's and so he's got a little tendril that's touching the planet. Is he the infection part?
Is who the infection part?
Is the big furry ball thing the thing that's grabbing the ship?
I think it has like a little arm that's like shoving chips into its mouth. I think it's like the idea.
Right.
It's popping a gummy.
Okay. So not only are there tendrils grabbing it that are from this planet, there's also a big furry thing that's trying to eat the planet.
Yeah. There's like a Galactus planet type thing.
Bit of a hat on a hat kind of thing, but you know.
I agree.
This is just meant to tell the thing that something's wrong.
Yeah, pretty much.
Rather than like a ring camera on the ship,
which would have solved a lot of problems. They can go back in time, but they can't fucking install a ring camera on anything.
Yeah.
Daniel, do you like rock, paper, scissors, ultimate nullifier? Do you remember when the kids do that?
Nope.
They do a rock, paper, scissors game. And ultimate nullifier is just devil horn rings, but like this. Which does... Do you know what the ultimate nullifier is?
Is that a machine that they have?
It's like a gun that... It's like Stan Lee, Jack Kirby days, but he has this thing called the Ultimate Nullifier. It does kind of look like this, and he uses it to like threaten Galactus, and like Galactus is even like scared of it.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, so that's like a thing. I also appreciate there's like a part where Franklin and Valeria are arguing over who like gets to step first on the planet, and eventually they compromise and they both jump down at the same time.
Yeah,
very cute,
very nice,
very nice.
And then we get the coolest part of this book.
Yep. The thing jumps from the main ship and crashes onto the planet like a friggin' meteor.
Was it called angel diving or something?
Is that like what the Red Bull guy does?
It's what Tom Cruise does.
Oh, yeah.
In like Mission Impossible, I think.
Such a good scene.
Because like, I think you do that from space, basically.
Yeah.
And the thing is definitely further away from the planet than Tom Cruise was.
Yeah. He like builds up enough friction from the atmosphere that it just turns on fire. And he like actually like a meteor crashes down onto this planet.
So does he not need to breathe oxygen?
I don't know.
Because he doesn't have a helmet.
That's still a person.
He's still got lungs.
He's still got rock lungs. We see it in the movie, I think.
Maybe rock lungs are different.
What do you need to breathe? Like dust? like does he need to breathe?
He inhales the minerals in the air or something.
I don't know how it works. Does he shit? Does he have a big toilet?
I gotta drop a log. He just shits boulders.
I'm about to drop a boulder right now.
He just has to shit outside.
He's like, dude, I'm about to drop a mountain right now.
Sometimes he has some pebble shits, you know.
Sometimes he's got, mudslides. He's got
Does
diarrhea.
He eat?
I don't know. Does he eat rocks? I think he eats.
Pop rocks?
Dude.
Rock candy?
He just calls them pops.
It's just rock candy is just candy to him.
Yeah. He's like, oh, thanks for the regular candy.
And he listens to music. It's just in roll.
I love this roll music.
So fucking dumb.
This is the dumbest thing we've ever done. Anyway, he does a really cool scene where he just jumps out the ship, angel dives, lands on the planet. Human Torch does a flame on, which everything starts to catch fire. Reed opens the door of the little mini ship that they're on to grab the thing, and then the family gets out, and they all make it okay that the planet gets eaten by the other planet, which is crazy, but the family gets out, and they make a New Year's resolution for no more surprises on this vacation, which we know that's not going to be the case.
And Reed's like, yes, of course.
Yeah, but we know that they're going to die, so that's crazy.
Or she's like, they have a toast, they're like, here's to no more ugly surprises. And then it says like, next, an ugly surprise. That's funny.
That is good.
One time, I think the first time I took Dom to Comic-Con here, I was like looking for toys. I'm like, are you looking for anything? He's like, if you see anything for the thing, I'd be interested in that.
Really?
I'm like, okay. And then I found like a thing toy.
Yeah.
Like one of the Marvel ones. And like, dude, I found a thing. He's like, no, dude. Like he meant like the John Carpenter horror movie, The Thing. I'm like, I don't know what that is. Here's the thing. Do you want it?
You're not making any sense here.
This is way cooler than that.
No, his name is Ben Grimm.
It was a really fucking cool toy too.
Yeah.
He's like that big,
that sounds cool.
Yeah.
They make a point to say that like Human Torch shouldn't flame on because he might ignite the atmosphere.
Yeah, he doesn't know.
But he does
know
anything
anything about the atmosphere.
Yeah, he does anyway. And a lot of things catch fire.
And everything was fine.
But yeah, everything was fine. But yeah, I think like this scene where, the thing crash lands onto the planet and like Human Torch is doing crazy shit and then the planet's eating the other planet. That's the kind of Mark Bagley stuff I feel like I don't really get to see that often. So I really appreciate
just like chaos.
That he can, he pulls it off in this book for sure because there's some great cosmic stuff in that. But That guy's truly the GOAT, if I do say so myself. But that's the book. So let's go into Back Matter Matters.
Back Matter Matters. This is
We got a connecting cover.
combined variants. That's pretty cool.
So it's the two teams. Yeah, pretty good. It's not a very good connecting cover, I feel like.
I wonder where it cuts off. Like there's like a bit of like Medusa's hair in one of the covers.
Oh yeah, there's an all red one.
A bit of the Thing's arm in the other.
Well, you kind of see it in like the back cover of the book. Like this is what it. I think because like that one's supposed to be covered and that one's supposed to be covered because it's the same poses.
That's another connecting.
Yeah, I think for the first 4 issues at least. But we also see some other variants. We see a baby variant from Scotty Young.
Mm-hmm.
So he's been doing that shit for a while. A couple baby variants, actually. I really like this one with Galactus in it. Because I like the way that Reed Richards is like crying. Or, like,
he's crying?
Mr. Fantastic. Yeah, and this like baby variant.
Oh, yeah.
Because his mouth is super wide.
I really like this C.P. Wilson one. Like, I like the eyebrows on the Thing.
C.P. Wilson. Oh, yeah, that is a good one.
I don't like his leg, though. It's not a good leg.
Yeah, foot's a little bit long.
Yeah.
But face is good.
Good face.
You know, I think...
So, not a perfect thing to me, but...
Do you think the Adam Kubert one has like way too big of eyebrows?
Yeah, too big, and they wrap around.
Yeah, they wrap around. Don't like that.
The Gabriel Delato one, that one's
really good.
Really good design.
But sometimes it like...
I also like when... I don't like when he looks too smooth.
That's what I was just about to say. Like he seems like someone like sanded him down to like make it even. You know?
Right. Like the bonus of Allred's design is that he looks very blocky. Like he looks like a collection of rocks.
He is chunky.
Like a conglomerate rock.
Yeah. Same thing with Bagley's, I would say too.
Yeah, he does it well too.
So
I hate that this bothers me so much. Like it doesn't bother me where I'm like, I hate this or whatever. But like, because he's just drawn so differently by every artist, like I'm gonna like,
it's like
I'm gonna have a favorite somewhere.
Yeah.
And even like the same artist could be drawing the Thing and he looks different in different panels.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
And so
yeah, it's very interesting. I mean, it is like the defining feature like of his face. So it makes sense that that's the thing that would like pointed out. But yeah, that's pretty much it. What would you rate this book, Daniel?
I give it a Monte Cristo. So that's like that breakfast place I was telling you about.
Oh, okay.
That's a part of their like fall, like seasonal menu.
Right.
You know, which I didn't have it, but it's like a sandwich that's like deep fried.
Oh, sounds good.
And it's really good. And I think it has like Thanksgiving-esque ingredients.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's turkey in it or something.
Nice.
But yeah, some sort of like fall sandwich.
I'd give this 2 half Thanksgiving feasts because you have to go eat, you know, with your family and you got to eat with your significant other's family.
Yeah.
And both of them are good just for different reasons. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because this has 2 books.
Oh, good. Yeah.
2 books that are kind of like half stories almost, I feel like.
Yeah, one family like deep fries their turkey and then one family just has better potatoes, you know?
Yep, definitely.
Yeah, I fuck with that. It's a good one.
Yeah. But yeah, really good overall. It's all stuff that I like in general.
Yeah.
And I eat it up.
But overall, I just think this is a good Fantastic Four trade.
No.
No?
Like, if I'm like...
It is
if
like...
I think of Fantastic Four, I don't think it's a story like this typically.
Yeah, this is like...
But I understand that this was trying to do something different, which I'm okay with.
Yeah, this is definitely a art, like, pick for me.
Yeah, which I think it is still really good art
It is
stuff.
different compared to, like, the other ones that we've read.
Yeah.
But, like, story arc-wise, it's just, like, a lot of setup.
Mm-hmm.
You know, for what the rest of these books will be. I think there are 16 issues, both.
Oh, okay.
In both runs. So,
yeah. And I'm sure it's great.
Yeah, probably pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
So, pull list. Colin?
Shove it in your box.
The pull list. What did you shove in your box? So, what we got coming out, Nathan? We got Absolute Batman number 2.
Oh, that came out this week?
Yep.
Dude, I'm so pissed. My comic shop was closed today.
Yeah, well...
They might be closed for forever. I don't know. They're going to be closing soon, but I thought that was until the end of November. But
I think they said
lying.
their new books for this week will come out next week or something. Because I follow him too, in case
Okay.
there's a signing or something.
I've been anticipating Absolute Batman #2, so hopefully I'll be able to grab it.
I think Ultimate X-Men #9 comes out. I thought 8 just came out, but
I don't know.
9's out already.
Peach Momoko's cooking on that.
Yeah,
shit, though.
dude, just
She's
cranking
going
those
fast.
out. Got Batman Dark Age #6.
Mm-hmm.
Did you get Time Waits
6. That's
number
crazy.
1?
I did.
Did you read it?
Nope. Not yet.
Well, Time Waits #2 comes out. Are you going to get it?
Depends on how much I'm picking up on the week.
We got Precious Metal #6. So it's pushed this week. I think I said it last week.
Okay.
I'm getting The Domain #5.
Very nice.
There's Arcbound #1, which is the Scott Snyder Tom Hardy book that's coming out.
Oh, yeah.
It's supposed to come out in March, but it's pushed a lot.
That's wild.
Maybe to come out to coincide with Venom.
Venom. 2 weeks late.
Yeah. And then Black Hammer Spiral City #1, Nathan.
Ooh. Very cool.
Yeah.
Like when cities are spirals.
Yep. I like Black Hammer.
I like Black Hammer
It's
too.
back, baby.
Very good.
Haven't even caught up, but I'm working on it.
Yep.
Did you read anything else?
I read Barfly #1 and 2.
Oh,
Sweet.
now that you got it signed?
Yes. Well, I read it before I got it signed. Come on. What am I, chump? But I did read it the morning of we got it signed by Patton Oswalt and Jordan Blum.
Nice.
He wasn't on Barfly, so only Patton signed it. But
Right.
it's really good. I was telling you a little bit about it, but it's basically Barfly was like a henchman for this like bug themed villain, and the villain's like in
Was it
jail.
Superfly?
No, I think his name is the Entomologist.
Mm.
But he was taken out and put into prison by the Minor Threats universe's version of a Green Lantern.
Nice.
So I thought that was kind of cool.
Was it
Bam.
called The Construct or something?
No, his name was like Sun Ray or something like that.
Mm.
I can't remember. But so Barfly just has to like get a job, and he just looks like a fly. I think they call him Shit Eater because no one really knows what his name is, but they know that he like can clean the bathrooms and stuff. So he works in like this restaurant. And he's got like a really shitty boss, and he's like a silent character unless he's speaking telepathically with like another bug or the Entomologist, the villain. So most of the book he's like a silent character, and the Ryan Brown art is really funny because whenever he's like angry or like smashes something, he'll like do that, but the lettering for that is like anger or like something like that. So it's kind of fun.
Nice.
And the book is just him trying, having fantasies of being in a punk band, and he wants to start a punk band with one of his coworkers.
Hell yeah.
And I think it's awesome.
Same.
Yeah, it's really, really fun. And there's tons and tons of jokes sort of in the background, so it's just kind of fun to read for that reason.
Mm.
So yeah, very good. I liked it.
Sweet.
I didn't read anything else though.
I read Absolute Batman #1.
Ooh. What'd you think of it?
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
A lot of it was spoiled for me just from Twitter and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But the vibe is very good.
Yeah.
Just like the flow of it is cool, and just like the bells and whistles of it like didn't add that much to it. Like the story and like how it was like setting up is what did it for me,
Yeah. I think it's interesting to have a Batman that's sort of a middle class kind of dude that has just worked a lot of city jobs, sewage jobs, things like that. So like he can still have a hideout and like a reason, he's like 22 or something. So he's had like tons of life experience to be able to like build some of the things that he's done.
He's like
and
20.
like have all the jobs. Yeah. But that's even my point. Like he's had a lot of jobs trying to figure out the city of Gotham.
Mhm.
But I think it is still an interesting idea,
Yeah.
I like Alfred in this book
Yeah.
because it's, he like vaguely knows who Bruce Wayne is, but he's like an assassin or something in this.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah. And a lot of the action sequences, like the pacing of them is really cool. And like just the moments leading up to like seeing Batman start to attack, I think are really fun too.
Yeah. All the decisions that were made in this for this alternate universe were really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, I'll go with that for a little while, probably. It's like a $5 book, and this one seemed long. I don't know if the rest of them will be like as long,
Yeah.
but sometimes I'm like, I just want this issue to be over, just so I can get to the next one or whatever. But
yeah.
I like when the page count makes like the cover price hurt a little less.
Yeah, exactly.
So that was cool.
Nick Dragota. Pretty
Nick
goat.
Dragota.
Nick Dragota, because he's the goat. What else you read?
I read Time Waits #1.
Okay. What'd you think?
I like read stuff like when I know it's coming out. I'm like, am I gonna get this next one?
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's cool. A lot of yapping. It kind of seems like a movie pitch kind of thing.
Okay.
It's a good setup, and you kind of have an idea of like what it's about, but it's not like obvious until the end, you know? And just like the elements they put into it are pretty interesting. I don't think I'm gonna keep going with it.
Okay.
But it was cool, you know, Chip Zdarsky and David Brothers. I like their podcasts. They mention a podcast, and there's like a kid who is listening to like a podcast talking about Chainsaw Man. And their podcast, they have an episode about Chainsaw Man. I'm like, are they plugging their own podcast in this book?
Hey,
they didn't say the name of the
brand
podcast,
synergy,
but,
Daniel.
yeah. So, but the art's super good on that. Matt Wilson on colors. And it's excellent. Excellent colors.
Love me some Matt Wilson.
Yeah, favorite. And then I read Rare Flavors #1, the Ram V. Philip Andrade book.
That's cool.
It is beautiful.
When did that book come out?
Yeah, it just wrapped up, I think. So it's coming out this year.
Oh, okay.
So
I missed it.
Yeah, the trade's out now.
Oh, let's pick it up.
Yeah, pretty good. I will finish it because I have it all, but I'm not sure what's going on. You'd think like at the end of the first issue, be like, all right, this is what the deal is, you know?
Yeah.
It asks enough questions to where like, I guess I should read the rest of this to finish it, you know, and to understand what's going on, but pretty good.
That's a good creative team. I like seeing them together.
Yeah, definitely. Rambi is such a good writer.
Yeah.
He, not even like what happens in the book, but like the captions and, you know, like the dialogue, it just all feels purposeful, you know?
And he's really good at like imagery kind of stuff when he's like writing. There's a lot of like color to his writing, it seems like.
Did he write books or something?
Yeah,
okay.
he was,
I can kind of tell.
Definitely a novelist before, and I think he started comics on like Black Bolt.
You know how like Tom King... No, that was someone else, wasn't it?
I think it was Ram V.
The one that we read?
The one that we read with Christian Ward?
It's not.
Oh, Saladin Ahmed.
Yep,
yeah. You're right. But Ram V was still a novelist.
Yeah. That's cool. Yeah. So he's a really good writer. You know how like Tom King will just kind of add captions and then they don't seem to really connect to what's going on?
100%, yeah.
Ram V doesn't do that. It seems like they're all important and all.
That's good. That's high praise.
They complement to the things that he's writing. So I'm like, when I was reading, I'm like, this is just written really well.
Yeah, it's interesting because Tom King only wrote like one novel before he was doing comics.
Yeah.
And so I guess it's just like what he likes to do in general. It's not like he's too used to like writing books, but
yeah, nothing like that. Did you watch anything?
We saw the movie Venom.
Yep.
You want to talk about that?
Did you watch anything else first?
No, but I played a game called Dead Space with Sophia.
Have you never played that?
I've definitely played it before. I like those games. And I convinced Sophie to play a horror game with me.
How'd that go?
Terrible. she was very scared most of the time.
Isn't that like one of the scariest games?
It's pretty scary, I would say. Like they do what I appreciate about that game is that it picks up like in like 5 minutes. Like you set up the story and it's like, oh, we're going to fly into this like other spaceship because like we need to talk to these guys. And it's like, well, this looks wrong. Like that as they're like approaching the ship.
Oh no, everyone's dead.
And they're like, oh shit, everyone's dead. And then they like you immediately get split up and it's like, Isaac, we need you to go to the ship bay and get this thing kind of deal. And it's like, I'll help navigate you because you have a suit and I don't have a suit kind of deal. And so it like picks up really fast, but the game mechanics are still fun. They remastered the game, which wasn't on Game Pass, but I had the first one, which is like the Xbox 360 version.
Yeah.
And like that version holds up. I'm not going to lie. Like graphics wise, like some of the people, like their faces look a little bit like dated, but like when you're in the thick of it, like that game still fucking holds up. It looks really good.
Nice.
And it's really fun to play. And for its time, the game mechanics are really fun. And it's very scary, dude. Like there's like actual good jump scares in that aren't just like kind of cheesy and corny.
Yeah.
Which is what scared the fuck out of Sophia. We were playing on easy mode which I had never played it on. And
Which doesn't make it less scary.
it doesn't make it less scary, which I appreciate. But like you have more time to like kill those aliens before they get you.
Mm-hmm.
But Sophie just freaks out in the heat of the moment. Like she does not have a clutch gene under pressure at all. And so she's like freaking out. So we're swapping off like
we were gonna be like, you gotta be clutch right now.
We were gonna do it every death, but then she just kept dying. And so I was like, okay, we're gonna do it every chapter. And so I'm like forcing her to like learn how to play the game. And even with me like explaining like
I don't think that's a healthy thing you'd be doing. Forcing her to play this horror game when she
had nightmares literally the night that we went to bed after. She had to have a chaser show, so we watched a New Girl right after playing Dead Space.
The go-to, yeah.
And then that night she had nightmares that she was in Dead Space. So it's like I can see why she doesn't play these kinds of games.
This could never happen. It's fine.
But I think she likes the game. So maybe we'll see. We were gonna play it again at some point this week, so that's a good sign. But you should play that game. It's fun.
No.
You would like it.
I don't like... Dude, I get scared from like...
It's not that scary.
I get scared from like the Star Wars games.
What do you mean?
When like, you know those like little random creatures that are just in the woods that pop out of bushes and stuff that can kill you if you let them.
In Fallen Order? In Survivor?
Yeah. When you're walking out certain areas, there's these little like bug things, little slug things. When those pop up, they scare the fuck out of me. I like, because it's like an extension of you in the game, you know? So like
the immersion is like crazy.
Yeah, I feel fear. And so like when they pop out, I'm like, I could die and I can't die right now. And so that feeling just enhances the fear, the scaredom.
Just play it with Sarah. Play for 10 minutes.
I don't know.
Okay.
I watched a movie called Babes.
Babes.
Yeah, it's a movie that came out this year. It's a comedy. Do you know who Alana Glazer is?
Nope.
Did you ever watch the movie or the show Broad City?
Yes.
So it's the girl in that.
The curly hair one?
Yes.
Okay.
So she made this movie. I think she wrote it or something.
Oh, I remember seeing, I think, trailers of this.
Yeah. And so it's about her friend who has kids and then she gets pregnant from like a one night stand. And so she decides to like keep the baby. And then it's just kind of like a comedy about like being pregnant. Yeah. You know, and like having kids. And it's really fucking funny.
That's good. I always thought that show was really funny.
Yeah, it's like definitely a peak comedy show.
Nice.
You know,
what is it on?
The show or
Babes is a show, right?
Babes is a movie.
Oh, movie. What's the movie on?
Is on Max, I think.
Okay.
And yeah, really good. Nice. Underrated, I think.
That's cool.
I love seeing a comedy come out because there's not a lot of them.
Yeah, exactly.
And it just kind of hit different because like Sarah's pregnant, you know, and so some of the stuff I'm like, you're gonna do that.
Yeah, seems like
her friend is like giving birth, and you know how like you're like pushing so hard that you might shit. She's like, did I shit on my baby? He's like, no, it's more like you babied on your shit. Because I think it's like inevitable that happens.
Yeah.
And it's just there's like a lot of comedy in there, and they talk about things that people just like don't talk about, and like
the beauty of pregnancy or whatever.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. I think that's good. Like, there's some good comedy you can find in there.
Definitely. But we watched Venom: The Last Dance.
Venom: The Last Dance.
Venom 3.
The last
Tokyo
movie
Drift.
I'll fucking watch. This is not the Tokyo Drift of Venom movies, by the way.
Yeah, it's like the Return of the Jedi.
Okay.
No,
I don't know what a good comparison of this movie is because it stands on its own.
The thing about this movie, Nathan, is that cinema doesn't have to be good for it to be great.
I agree.
Yeah.
But this movie sucks.
No, it's pretty good.
No, I can appreciate a bad movie. And to be fair, by the end, I'm like, at least they know that they're bad.
Yeah.
Like the movie knows it's bad, I think.
These movies are so consistent as far as like the quality.
Which is so crazy to me.
Yeah, they just double down on it.
The second one made more money than the first one.
That's crazy. And so I think this one isn't doing as well, but.
No, I think it's the worst of the three. Or wait. I don't know. The fact that any of these make any money is crazy to me.
Yeah.
You know? And, you know, I could see why people would go see the second one because there's like, oh, Andy Serkis, he's like a real serious director kind of deal.
Yeah, and Carnage is in there.
Yeah, and Carnage is in there. Woody Harrelson seems like a home run. But, you know, I mean, I never saw that movie, but according to you, it's like very similar kind of.
Yeah.
But it's just bizarre. This movie is just all over the place, and immediately I'm like, good Lord, this is gonna be a long one.
I just like how like Sony just ignores the haters. They
ignore the haters. They're like, we're just gonna. They
don't learn from criticism from the previous. They just keep going.
They're just gonna keep doing what they're doing.
It's like they made all three of these movies back to back with no feedback.
Like, oh no, what have we done?
There's two more.
But it's kind of respectable that they just did not buckle at all. In like what they were making. It just seems like Tom Hardy's a little tired with this.
He's done now. There's no more. If they make another Venom movie, it's not gonna be with him.
Yeah. He said he might do one if Spider-Man's in it.
Right.
Which makes sense. But no, this movie, I don't know. It's just, well, from the beginning, he's in like MCU universe.
For like a second.
And then he gets like portaled away back into the Sony Pictures like cinematic universe, whatever it's called.
It's called the SPUM.
The SPUM. What is it? Sony
Pictures universe of Marvel movies.
Universe of movies. The SPUM. So he gets portaled back into SPUM, and he just like doesn't question what just happened. He's like, "Oh, that was weird.
Let's have a margarita."
And then he gets a margarita, and I'm like, "Oh my god."
The first,
that's fine.
Had some tough dialogue.
Yeah,
and I was like,
from everybody, from Venom. From
the side characters,
Tom, the side characters.
Is it gonna be like this the whole movie? It might be. I'm like, I did sign up for this.
Yeah, you did.
I paid money.
I paid money as well. God, and Tom Hardy's just sweaty the whole time.
Mm-hmm. Sweaty and dirty,
and he's walking around barefoot a lot of the time. But Venom could just make him shoes, right?
Yeah, just have Venom feet.
Did you even see
the shot of the Venom feet? You can see his toes and stuff.
No, I don't think so.
I think we talked about Venom toes last time. And
we talked about it in the book.
Yeah, I was like, oh, there they are.
Yeah, Venom toes. Okay, so you were looking for Venom feet.
I wasn't looking, but I saw them.
You were looking.
Maybe.
We see Null.
We do see Null.
Big thing about this movie, we get Null in there, a character that came out less than a decade ago.
Yeah.
But they don't do anything with him.
Yeah, they just tease him, and then they have like a post-credit scene where he's like, I'm coming.
Anytime.
And then we see his face, and it's just a CGI face.
I thought it was supposed to be Norman Reedus. Was I crazy?
Yeah, no, it was Andy Serkis.
Yeah.
Doing the mocap and
stuff. Did they back out on that? Or what happened? Because that was definitely like a headline I saw eventually at some point, right?
Maybe it's just a rumor.
Maybe.
That got debunked.
So the movie starts with setting up Null. It's just big exposition dump for like 2 minutes. Mm-hmm. And he's like, I'm the god of symbiotes. They thought that I was
fucking cool though.
Like, I don't know, but like anytime a movie starts like that, where it's like, we don't know how to fit this in naturally.
Not a good sign.
Black Adam. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
That was at the beginning of that. It's crazy.
He's like, we're on Kondak or whatever.
But Null sends these like, what I don't understand is that the planet of symbiotes that he created, they like overthrow him and they put him in this like little thing that traps him. And so he's powerless kind of, but he's still able to send aliens on that planet to go find the Codex, which is the thing inside of Venom and Eddie.
Yeah, it's like these like symbiote dog things that are like just indestructible.
But like, why are they chill with Null if it seems like they helped put him into that little prison?
And so when we reviewed the Donny Cates run, they had these like feral symbiote things.
So cool.
They had like the spiral thing.
So cool, so scary.
And like they should have just sent those.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. Then we'd get like more of what we've had is just goopy fights and stuff.
If they were like scary and red and beastly and it's like even makes Venom a little bit fucking scared.
Right.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's like.
But I guess it would be, I don't know, maybe that's how it was in like Carnage because he was kind of just bigger and redder Venom, right?
Yeah.
So maybe it makes more sense. But I still don't like seeing just generic symbiote alien being the big bad in this movie and not Null.
Yeah.
It is crazy to me.
It seemed like he was going to show up in like the third act, but then like the movie like was ending. I'm like, oh no, we're not going to have time.
Dude, I know. I had the same exact thought. I'm like, when are we going to kill this thing and then stop Null once and for all? Like, even if it was like a 5-minute scene where he's like, I'm going through the portal and then I'll punch Null in the face and then get out. Or
2/3 of this movie, they're worried about one of those Venom dog things.
And then 6 of them come out at the end.
And I'm like, all right, they're fucked now. Like, why would they handle Null if they can't handle one of these things?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Chiwetel Ejiofor is in this.
Yeah.
He's Baron Mordo in the Marvel universe, but they just ignore that.
And was he Rex?
He's Rex.
Did they say that?
They call him Strickland, which is his last name.
Rex Strickland.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me.
So he's only similar that in name, but he's not like a symbiote guy that was in Nam.
Yeah. Well, maybe. we don't know.
He's not old enough to be in Nam.
No, he's not. But he's like the head of an Area 51 army that hunts aliens, specifically symbiotes.
Yeah.
And they have a million symbiotes in there that are kind of like captured already. There's a scene in this movie where they try to go get Venom symbiote, which is on Eddie, obviously. And they send... It's like him and a couple of his guys that go to try and get the Venom symbiote. And it's that scene where Eddie and the symbiote, they split up and the symbiote goes on a frog and then a fish or whatever. There's a scene where they are about to get the symbiote and they use a net gun to they shoot a net at the goopy little small symbiote thing. But it's a net, dude. It
took a second for it to get out of the net.
Which is so insane to me.
Yeah.
But if you're this organization that has studied multiple kinds of symbiotes, they have them in these crazy test tube things. I'm like, why isn't this military bringing at least a big mason jar to put the symbiote in? Because if you're using a net, it'll just go out of the holes. It does go out of the holes eventually.
Right.
It's just absurd. It doesn't even have electricity or anything in the net. It's just a net.
Yeah, that would have been good.
Why is this a high tech symbiote hunting organization bringing a friggin' net gun? It's crazy to me. They're also not very good at what they do because Eddie kills one of them.
Were you scared of the Venom frog, Nathan?
It wasn't my favorite. I prefer the horse or the fish.
They released they released a picture of it. I'm like, oh, that looks bad. Surely they improve on this in the movie, but no, it's the same thing.
No, same frog.
Yeah,
I like when the venom fish eats another fish, and then the venom fish turns into a slightly bigger fish.
Yeah,
did you notice that?
That
was fun.
Venom horse bit was cool.
Venom horse.
He's just how fast can you go without killing the horse? He's like, I don't know. Let's see.
It's crazy. There's a scene where when the army is trying to kill them, while they're in the river, Tom Hardy shoots a person and kills them, and then he feels really bad about it, which I don't understand because they've murdered so many people.
He's eaten people.
But he feels bad about killing that one person with a gun. And I'm like, why are you feeling bad now?
Yeah.
Does he think in his mind that he's not killing anybody?
Maybe not. Or maybe he's
like, nothing I can do.
He's being selective about who deserves to die.
Yeah. It's crazy.
It's funny that this is the second of 3 Sony movies that we're getting this year.
God, that's insane.
Do you think this one will rank the lowest of the 3, even without seeing Craven? Do you think Madam Web is a better movie?
I think Madam Web is more memorable of a movie.
Sure.
They're both not good. This is more of a movie, I think.
Yeah.
No,
I take it a little bit more seriously.
I think I like this movie better because there's actual comic book characters in this. In Madam Web, they're just people running around for most of the movie, and then they don't even turn into superheroes really in that movie, which is the most bizarre thing.
It's future flashbacks.
Yeah. You see visions of the future where they're cool spider people, and at the end of the movie, the very last shot, they're like, look at us, we're in our suits now. But it's that's what I wanted to see in the movie. So I guess this movie is better than Madam Web. I'll say it.
Wow.
But I had more fun watching Madam Web because it's absurd.
Yeah, that was a fantastic theater experience. It'll be. I don't think I've had a better.
I've never been more surprised because they make Madam Web blind and in a wheelchair, I think. And then she's at the end of the movie, she's looking out a window.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what are you looking at?
Do you want to guess the Rotten Tomatoes on this?
Wow. Yeah, I do. I'm going to guess 24% for critic review.
Okay.
And 33 for audience.
So
am I high?
So critics is 41%.
Whoa. That's so high.
And then audience is 81%.
Shut the fuck up.
With over 5,000 verified ratings.
This movie
which is correct.
This movie doesn't compute in my mind with the minds of the people. Like, I don't.
People love Venom, I guess.
I think they love Venom.
We saw it like a week after it came out.
2 weeks, dude.
No,
it came out October 25th, I think.
Oh shit!
We saw it 2 weeks after it came out in the movie theater. It was like almost too full for us to watch it.
Yeah, we almost didn't sit together
on a Friday
night.
Absurd.
I guess that is like kind of prime time. Like,
I guess if you're gonna go
showing, but
yeah, for that particular day. But it's still so shocking, you know.
Yeah, like at this point, that theater should be empty,
dude. Yeah,
but it was not.
I think. What is it? What is it? I don't. It doesn't compute in my head that people are watching these movies.
I think the comic relief, maybe.
It's not even good comic relief.
There was one funny part. I think.
What? Okay.
Because Tom Hardy's like, what is this big guy? What's his name? And Venom's like,
his name is.
He's like, what?
That part didn't make me laugh.
He's like, no.
Yeah, and he's like, no, stop. Don't say his name.
Like he's fucking Voldemort or something.
Say your name. Yeah, I think that's the only joke that they tried to make that I actually laughed at. Let's talk about the dance.
They had to have a dance because this one's called The Last Dance, meaning there had to be some.
If that's what the movie is called,
some pin drops or whatever.
If that's what the movie's called, do you think that The Last Dance would be a bigger moment? But it's kind of just like a throwaway thing that happens.
Yeah.
Because throughout the whole movie, Venom's scared to even say Null's name, and they're scared to become full Venom because that's when the Codex is showing.
Which is the thing that lets the
big alien know
to where he's at.
And so he's hiding the whole time until they go to Vegas. And they went into that one Vegas casino that's like pretty trashy, but he had to be like very fancy.
The Paris?
The Paris, yeah. A casino we've been to, but he was denied.
Absolutely trash.
He was denied entry because he looked like trash and wouldn't get in until he was wearing a suit. And I don't think anybody else was wearing a suit in that casino while he was in there, right?
Yeah, this would only work if it was like Caesars or something.
Yeah.
Maybe the original pitch was to have it in Caesars, but Caesars is like, no.
Yeah, you can go over there.
Yeah.
We need Hut General. Like, I did kind of like the gambling scene. Just because I feel like people do slots like that where they're just like obsessively moving in like the most sporadic ways.
I was like, maybe if Venom gambles, he'll have some sort of upper hand somehow.
Do you think they were
just a lucky guy?
Do you think they're trying to get like a Venom slot machine going? A Venom branded slot machine?
I would play it.
I would too. But yeah, they do a dance. And like that during that whole scene where they're dancing to Dancing Queen.
Good song.
I was like, what's like the domino chain effect where it's like Todd McFarlane co-creating Venom to like I'm sitting in a theater and that same character is dancing to Dancing Queen with an old lady. Like,
yeah,
what the fuck happened? How did we even get here?
Quite
like,
a drop off.
I had like such a like I was like, what a fucking weird timeline we're living in right now that this is the thing. But he goes full Venom and the alien immediately recognizes where he's at and then they get him. But what doesn't make sense in that scene also is that when the alien gets there, he goes back into Eddie and the alien's like, oh, nothing's here, I guess. And then he leaves. But every other time there's no Codex to be found, he's still fucking eating people.
Yeah.
So why did he decide in that moment to just not eat everything that was around him when in every other scene when there's no Codex, he's still fucking everything up.
They gotta have some weakness, I guess.
Yeah, it's insane.
It was crazy that those dog things were like wood chippers, basically. Whenever they ate somebody, they just blend them up and shoot out the back of their head.
Even symbiotes, which I feel like they would still just be able to like come back together.
Right.
But I like that there was a way that the actual symbiotes could die.
Yeah. So at the end, they attack like Area 55 or whatever. That's like under Area 51, and they let out all the symbiotes that they have, which is like 7.
Yeah.
And it's like Oprah, where it's like, you get a symbiote and you get a symbiote, which is like a weird thing because isn't it like kind of hard to find a match with like humans and symbiotes?
I don't know.
But apparently in this, it's like, as long as you're near it.
Yeah.
You're
if you are if you're the nearest possible thing from the symbiote, then you get your symbiote.
Yeah.
Which like, this could have been fun, but it's just nonsense. Like all of it.
I thought it was fun.
I mean, it is kind of fun. We see Toxin, and he has like an actual character. Toxin's normally red, by the way, but
they already used red.
Yeah, that's true.
They just had this like, color spectrum of symbiotes.
Yeah,
which is weird.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's like a blue one and a green one and whatnot,
and like a brown
purple one.
Yeah, it's just all over the place.
So just madness.
They're
at
all
the
dying.
end.
One of them's like 2 symbiotes in one. I thought that was kind of cool. I don't know if that's an actual thing.
It's a little pointless, but
Yeah, it was pointless. He still got blended up.
I feel like you should have 2 symbiotes.
Yeah, they focus on the girl that was like a scientist being a symbiote, and she's running around everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's the Speed Force symbiote, which is just a girl who was struck by lightning as a child and then became a scientist and then happened to just still have the lightning in her and only the symbiote activated it. What the hell is all that?
Like, does lightning like affect your DNA to where?
But like, was she charged like a battery? Like she just had that lightning in her the whole time, and
maybe.
Then when you turn into like Scream or Agony or whoever she was,
This movie you'd expect like her to like touch somebody and like shock them on accident.
yeah,
Like, sorry, I was struck by lightning as a kid. Yeah,
yeah, it's a condition I have. I'm sorry.
and because she has that symbiote, like her limp arm starts working again. You know?
She had a limp arm.
Yeah. When she put her coat on, she just put it over her shoulder and didn't put her arm through it.
Oh, I never noticed that.
Wow, because you don't notice women.
No, only Venom and Tom Hardy.
Yeah. So
they have in Area 51. Luckily, they had, because it's deconstructing, they're just pouring all the acid that they can on the ground for some reason, as if that's gonna like fix anything, or as if that's an environmentally safe way to get rid of acid.
yeah, just in the open air.
Yeah, just pour it on the ground, kind of under the tank, which is what
Venom does, like a murder suicide kind of thing.
Yeah, that's how he sacrifices himself to save Eddie. And I'm like, thank God they had the acid dropping thing right there.
Yeah.
That they set up one time in the beginning of the movie. This movie's bizarre.
I thought it was better than the second one.
That's also bizarre to me. That this is better than the last one.
Yeah. It's not better than the first one, but it's close.
I remember leaving the first one and I was like, what the hell was that? Like swing and a miss. And then they made 2 more.
I remember not liking it. And then I thought about it. I'm like, and sometimes I just like kind of want to watch it, you know?
I've never had that. I will never watch this movie again.
You've been saying that a lot.
And for the most part, it's completely true.
Hmm.
I mean, I don't watch a whole lot of movies, so I'm not going to waste my time.
Would you watch a 4th one?
If Noel's in it, which he would be.
Right. Because there was like
which is like, God damn it, they got me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's why I wanted to see this movie, is because Noel's in it.
Right.
So if Noel's going to be the next one, it's like, they got me.
There was a soldier that like was half eaten by like the blender monster thing, and he lost his legs.
Wasn't that Rex?
No, it was just a random soldier. I'm like, oh shit, he lost his legs. You know, I'm like, is that Flash?
I think it would be Rex Strickland. I think if they do a new movie, because Tom Hardy is not in it, they did a whole montage of like all the good times him and the symbiote had over like I think a year.
It played Memories by Maroon 5,
which is oh yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, so they had to think of like all the good times.
I got a little teared up, Nathan.
You got teared up.
Venom was sad.
He just wanted to see the Statue of Liberty.
Yep.
And then he died. Brutal death. But I think if they were, the direction I would take it going forward, because they might make a 4th one, is Rex Strickland as Agent Venom, because that'd be cool. That organization has like a little bit of symbiote.
He also like blew himself up, so I don't think so.
But maybe he's still alive and he needs a symbiote.
Yeah.
Maybe there's still a little bit of symbiote in the area and they just like connect with Rex and then he just becomes soldier symbiote, like a soldier Agent Venom. And he's like, well, I still got to go kill Noel, I think. So then that is my condition for watching the next movie.
I feel like Eddie Venom would stand a better chance against Noel than Agent Venom, you know? Because he really just kind of has like guns and stuff.
Yeah, but he still has like Venom tendrils and he turned into Venom too.
Yeah.
Right? So it's not Eddie doing anything really in that fight. It's just Venom doing it.
Yeah, I guess.
So, and like Eddie doesn't really even do anything in this. He just like rides a motorcycle around to try and distract the aliens sometimes.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But good movie.
Good, great movie.
I gave it 3 stars, Nathan.
I will say if you liked any other movies, you would like this one. But that's not necessarily high praise for me. So
if you have like low expectations, you'll enjoy it.
I had low expectations and I still didn't enjoy it. Oh, the thing that I thought was funny at the end is when Tom Hardy like wakes up, he's like in a hospital bed, and there's like some fucking army general looking at him. He's like, Venom's dead. And then there was like the longest silence. It felt like it was like it was like 5 to 7 seconds of like them just staring at each other.
Yeah.
And it went on just like way too long, and that's why I started laughing.
Yeah,
and
like,
then
who's that guy?
It was just a culmination. I like could stop laughing because it was a culmination of like all these really weird editing moments in the movie.
Yeah.
That were just kind of funny to me because I could tell it just like it doesn't flow like a regular movie at points.
No.
So it's kind of funny for that reason.
Mm-hmm.
Like in the very beginning, there's when we first kind of see Venom, there's like some Mexican dudes that like shoot bullets at him. And when they shoot, the bullets go in slow motion. We see the slow motion bullets. And then Eddie just turns into Venom at like regular speed. And we don't see where the bullets go.
You see one bullet drop on the ground.
You see it drop on the ground, which I guess hit Eddie or maybe Venom, but like we don't see that impact of the bullet. And so there's just like this weird establishing shot where the bullets are coming out of the guns in slow motion, and then they just like forget about those bullets.
Yeah.
It's just crazy. But yeah.
Anyway.
Good shit.
What are we gonna read next week? What are we gonna read next week, Nathan?
Do we have anything lined up?
We got Craven coming out
already.
Speaking of, well, there's like other stuff that pushed us up.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, we'll go Craven.
So now we're gonna go Craven.
Yes.
Perfect. Staying in the minds of Sony.
Yeah.
So are we doing Last Hunt then? We have to, right?
I think so.
How long is that? It's not super long, is it?
No, it's not.
Cool. I've always wanted to read this, but I'd never had the chance.
Yeah, I always felt like it was something I would read at some point.
Yeah.
And I think this is it.
Because people love it. J.M. DeMatteis and Mike Zeck. Is that what it is?
Yeah, so it's 5 issues.
150 pages. Sounds good. Craven's Last Hunt. It's like 3 series. Web of Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man, and Spectacular Spider-Man. That's what all of these are.
Yeah, it's definitely...
That's bizarre.
Peter Parker, Spectacular Spider-Man. Yeah, so...
All right.
It's one of those...
Craven. I think that movie will be good.
You think it'll be the best Sony movie?
Easily.
It looks pretty cool.
The bar is not very low to be the best Sony movie of the year.
Rhino looks so fucking cool.
I think it'll be just like a regularly like just solid movie.
Yeah.
So, and Aaron Taylor Johnson's fucking ripped.
Yeah.
So that'll be cool.
And he doesn't choose bad movies. So.
He doesn't. No, he never has.
So
yeah, Craven's Last Hunt next week.
Alrighty.
Let us know what you thought of Venom. Should I see the second movie?
Yes.
If someone tells me to see the second movie, I'll consider it.
Email in tradewaiterspod@gmail.com.
What's your favorite symbiote?
What's your favorite Fantastic Four run?
Is it Scream? Is it Agony? What's your favorite Fantastic Four run? Is it Hickman's run? We have another episode on that. Go check it out.
Is it Ryan North's run? We have an episode on that.
We do. That was last Thanksgiving. And we're thankful for you.
Yes, definitely.
And we're thankful if you give us a follow and give us a like on the video.
Link in the bio. Comment, subscribe.
All that stuff.
And we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.